Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Saturday Live edition of Live Wire Sports Media. All right, I'm running a little bit late on the stream, so I'm already here jumping in, catching up with the game a little bit. Looks like the Fever is up 20-16 right now. Turnover by the Fever by DeWanda Bonner. I swear the Atlanta Dream floor is so small and narrow. Just look like you're playing on a high top.
Flying in for the rebound is Lexi Hall. Puts that out of bounds. I love watching that matchup with her and Ryan Howard.
The thing about it is, I still don't think I mean, with the bigs, they'll get points inside. Their outside shooting has to be a little bit better.
She has that mentality. Now guarded by Sydney Colson, 4 on the shot clock. Saw it, had to heave it, got it up, and
They're just jacking shots.
Indiana able to come up with the rebound. Indiana out rebounding Atlanta 11-8 as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. Another turnover. Alicia Gray finds Howard.
Travel.
So another turnover for Atlanta, their fifth. Yeah, Alicia Gray's got to use that grip in those Asia Wilson's a little bit better. She's wearing her bestie shoes, the A1s, versions. I like them. All the colorways I love. I like the blue ones better though. Dawn had all the blue ones. Oh, it's custom. I didn't even think there was a blue pair made, right? I should get those. 9 on the shot clock. DeWanda Bonner going at Ryan Howard, looking for some help at the top of the key. All with 3 off the deck. Tries to shoot over Gray to no avail. That was deflected by Gray, who gives it right back up. DeWanda Bonner gets fouled by Nia Coffey at the rim after the turnover in the open floor. And that's a good foul by Nia Coffey. Not a good turnover. Miscommunication between her and Alicia Gray. Passed it behind her. Right there, DeWanda Bonner gets the steal, but Nia Coffey now wants.
What's up, Jesse? Salute to you from Denver. Trying to just get into the stream a little bit, trying to catch up with some of this Fever game right now. So the Wanda Bonner at the line right now. She got fouled. The Wanda usually make them free throws. You got Tina Papa coming back in.
Picking up her third there before the second quarter. Not good. Not good at all, but you know, it's preseason for a reason.
And Brittany Griner, she's out. I guess she's gonna be out for the rest of the one thing about it is if they're gonna start Atlanta gonna start Atlanta with Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones. They got the only advantage they have is the inside, running up and down the court, and they got blocked.
Atlanta, and they finished the quarter with the Indiana Fever up 21-16.
21-16.
Indiana ended the first with an 8-2 run as they had the lead heading into the second.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Um, just trying to catch up a little bit, just to see how everybody looks right now. Caitlin Clark has what, 5 points?
He's the dog. Diana Taurasi feeds off of.
Yo, Frederick, what's up? What's up? What it look like to you so far? What you seen? What you seen?
One word to describe the team would be go. Greatest all time.
I still think Atlanta is a slow team. I don't think they gonna. People keep trying to put because they was ranked number seventh in the power ranking. Um, I just don't see them. I really don't see them like being that team. You know, they'll make. I think they could make a playoff push, but I don't think they're gonna be like a dominant team. If you look at it, Atlanta is almost switching places, like with the Phoenix Mercury from last year. They gonna be that team battling for like the last playoff or the seventh seed, six or seven seed, something like that in the playoffs. But I think watching the Fever play, even though Damaris Doncic is not playing this game, I really wish he was able to play this game because I want to see a little bit more from her, and we won't be able to get to see nothing from her until probably next week when they do kick off against the Chicago Sky. So I'm trying. I think I think this game, even though the Fever up, but I think they'll end up winning this game anyway. Actually, I'm trying to go to that Thursday night game that on the 22nd. But I think that I think I think that the Atlanta Dream is going to they're gonna be a team that's gonna be pretty good. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, for what I'm watching, Caitlin with another three. She got 8 points right now. N- So I'm watching them. I mean, I think Atlanta to me they shooting a lot of threes, and that's not their game. Their game is going to be inside out because with Griner and Brianna Jones is going to help. Sophie with the two. See, that's one thing about Ryan Howard, man. She jacks up shots so much, and that's what's going to kill this team. If she's not hitting shots from the outside, even I watched her in on Rival. They missed that. Oh, that was a pretty pass. The thing about Yeah, the pace does favor the Fever. It really does. But I just ain't. I'm just not buying Atlanta. I'm just not. I mean, I watched Ryan Howard last year. She could score, but when she's not on, she's horrible. She's like really horrible. She jacks up a lot of shots. Yeah, you live by the threes, you die by the threes, definitely. Because I don't like Alicia Gray. She's decent too, but she's not a consistent 3-point shooter. I watched them in a rival, and they don't score well. They don't score very well. And to me, I feel like, yeah, Atlanta is too slow. They definitely is too slow. They slow. They're very slow, a very slow team. I mean, I just feel like they shouldn't have got them bigs. They should have been more fluent a little bit more. If you was gonna get a big, you could have got you could have pick up Griner, then pick up somebody a little athletic to sub her out, when she comes in the game. You don't have that. You have two big slows. And then Brianna Jones, who recently in the past had Achilles problems, injury. She ain't go move that well up and down the floor. Now I do say this: Brianna Jones. Now she in the middle. She's definitely good. I watched. I ain't gonna lie. I had on my fantasy, fantasy parlay last year, down the stretch, and she was cleaning up with points and rebounds. That's one thing she's good at. Mm. Atlanta is just fouling, man.
They're going to have to figure out a way to keep the man with the man. You can see right here, Bree Jones switches off Sig Colson, which it's Boston.
And then you had Alicia Gray guard, I think, guarding Caitlin.
Six on the shot clock. Boston going at Bree Jones, shorting the attempt, and
Boston got to finish them. She has to finish them under the basket, man. She just
hobble herself off the floor. We'll see trainer trying to assist him right away. Alicia Gray running to the tunnel.
Alicia Gray injured, man. They're not gonna be good. Atlanta, they already got Jordan Canada that's out. Oh, she ran into a major screen by Bree Turner. Woo! Bree with that screen. Golly. You want me to take a hard and objective look at AB facing off with well, to me, I think I don't know. I just feel like they trying to use her differently. If I don't, I'm gonna give Aaliyah Boston this year. I'm gonna give her this year to see how it goes. You know, because I kept saying this a lot, and I kept saying it that she's going to be the key for us to win it all. Because I think everybody else around her will play better, but they gonna need her to elevate her game. She can't be soft under the basket. She can't not continue to miss easy shots like that. Yeah, it's one thing to execute the stuff in practice, but when you get out on the floor, you have to execute the stuff. You cannot just sit here and just like miss easy shots and then expect to get up and down the floor. Now, when you playing slow teams, it's differently. But when you playing teams that are probably going to run with you, we need every point that's going to count. I just don't believe AB's game, but maybe I mean, it's not being hard. I mean, you being critical, like we are critical. I mean, even Rudy, he's when I say he's critical of her, he is like really critical of her. I try to see it from both sides, seeing what they trying to do with her because they are invested in her. They're being honest. They're not gonna trade her, unless she doesn't show up this year going into next year. Then they'll look at it. But if they give her something to build on through the season, then I feel like at the end of the day, she could be salvageable. But if she comes down to the end of the season and then Fever loses in the semifinals or the championship, and it's because of her, I think they will look because you got excuse me. You got to remember they did pick up a fourth year option. They did pick up her option. So with them picking up that option, they get her out the way from that when the new CBA jump in. And then if they need to move her, they can move her with nothing because she still has value to her. But this year is going to predicate to where they. Who somebody just hit a three. I think Kelsey Mitchell's back on the floor with I think it's Sophie Colston.
That's called live reporting. Thank you, Autumn. But that's good news to hear Alicia Gray back on the bench. It was good to see her run off on the
Yeah,
ball.
Alicia Gray ran into that major screen.
Goggles, you know that's
If you want to know who's our weakest, look at who we have to worry about the most. Yeah,
inside out. That's what led to another three for Tahina Papa, sitting away for
it seemed like
in a back door by Josh Tillman. That's that best connection.
that's good. A good little backdoor pass.
About how it keeps their chemistry on the court.
Ooh, Sophie Cunningham. You can't leave her open. You definitely can't leave her open because she can get hot real quick.
Wondering how Tahina Papa would handle the pressure.
Another brick shot by the Atlanta Dream. Caitlin with the ball, bringing it up, or she looked like she about to.
Step into that point guard position.
Mm. I like the way they having a hard time trying to figure out Caitlyn now, because like they got so many weapons. It's like when Caitlyn gets the ball, they don't know if she's gonna shoot or pass. So it's like they really hesitating right now, really hesitating.
These type of shots she's taking off the dribble, how she's communicating with her teammates. She does not look like a rookie so far on this court. And we can both look at how collaborative.
AB, she has capability, but they're gonna have to push it out of her. I think that when she got excuse me, I might have to step away and get a cough drop real quick. When they drafted her, Christy Sides had her hand on her for 2 years.
Still looking for her first field goal and drains it from the wing. She knocks it down for
You
two.
know what I'm saying? And now you have to remold her, reshape her again with a new coach. And it kind of takes time, a little bit because all the bad habits that Christy Side has taught her.
As they are now just down 1 point. And a timeout for Steph White in Indiana. As they try to right the ship.
Mm-mm.
Saying we have to keep up first. I mean,
Atlanta done got a quick 5 points in.
Ryan Howard knocking down the three. And on the other end, shooter defense led to offense. Brianna Jones leaking out for the easy
How you
bucket.
get Breonna Jones to outrun you on the floor? That's crazy. You get Breonna Jones to outrun you on the floor. That's bad. There's no way you could allow Breonna Jones to outrun you. Oh yeah, if they start Sophie, they going to push the ball. That's what's going to happen. They going to be able to push the ball. They're not going to be able to like lock down. You know, because they could play with Sophie in there. They can definitely play aggressively. You seen it in the Washington game when she was in there and her and Lexi came in there. They was so aggressive, so aggressive. They oh, it's on League Pass, and I haven't re-signed up for League Pass, so I'm kind of like um YouTubing it ish a little bit. But you know, copyright stuff with YouTube, so I can't really you know dive. I could dive in, but I'm diving in sparingly. But it's on League Pass right now. Um, but Friday's game and all of them are gonna be on local television. um, and I will be getting re-signing up for my League Pass this week, so I'll make sure I have that on hand. Excuse me, guys, for 1 second. I need to step away real quick. I'll be right back.
Caitlin Clark uncomfortable with her post and talking, backing her up. That's exactly the kind of defense she wants to play year in and year out. So there's a free throw for Atlanta because Caitlin Clark just had a technical foul. It's something that one of the officials had an extensive conversation even during the free throws with Sarah Williams. Another turnover. Atlanta continues to lead with a bucket here. They can have extra interception initial. Sophie Cunningham deciding to reset things.
All right, I'm back. They gave Caitlin Clark a technical foul.
And Caitlin not happy. One of the foul as well. There's nothing you can do about that, thinking just go down to the cover. That's Caitlin Clark's shot. It was defended well. The offense was even better. But it started with the turnover. And right there, Free Jones with a nice pass to Walker Kimbrough, who slips back
I
up.
wonder who's on Bree Jones.
Connecticut as well, bringing her over. Another
They gave Caitlin Clark a
from the top of the key.
Oh, you found a better viewing stream. Oh,
Double figures. She has 11, 4 for 7 throughout the field.
oh wow. D- Yeah, I was looking for that too. I might try to search that. I might V. I might try to search that at halftime because I do got the box in the middle. Oh, the one with the three.
On both sides. It's crazy. Indiana's 5 of 11.
It's crazy that they gave Caitlin a tech in preseason.
And to think about the outside shooting that we're seeing from Atlanta in this game two of the preseason. This is very different from what we saw a season ago. The pace, I would say, just a slight tad slower, but more effective and efficient with what they want out of their rhythm on the offensive end. Absolutely. And, 3-point shooting, as we see Taylor.
I wonder what Kelsey's doing. I haven't seen much of her right now.
Because Jordan Canada's going to push that pace, not just with her offense, but defense offense. She's also one that gets her hand in the cookie jar and creates offense with her skills and transition. She was a game changer for Atlanta when she was in the
I
middle.
think Ryan Howard, when she shoots, she needs to be able to set more. Golly.
It was such a treat to see her on the floor. And also change the dynamic in the open floor. I don't know how many times I said this is how this team operates. Canada touches the floor.
I want to see some trapping a little bit more. There's like so much one on one. Oh, Sophie got the ball outlet.
Howard, okay, Garcelle has lost the handle. And that will be a quick turnover for Indiana.
Indiana turning, they turn the ball over too much right now.
Side of the guard. But somehow she's managed to find her niche in the WNBA at just 6'2" because of her hustle and her tenacity. She's not going to let you score her easily. even if you are 6 inches taller than she is or bigger than she is. Takes the heart. How she defends. All heart. Literally. And lots of skill. And a lot of hair. 7 on the shot clock for Graves. He sends it back to Ryan Howard. Not been able to finish.
Ryan, I'm telling you, man, Ryan Howard, to me, I could never put her on, be confident with her down the stretch.
Outside the 10.
Okay, there go Kelsey right there.
Trying to figure it out. Throughout the games, Kelsey Mitchell puts up a long two. But I ain't worried because this is preseason. I know Ryan's going to find that shot. You know, it's been looking good lately. Not right now. Well, Kelsey Mitchell.
I think, I think what the Atlanta Dream is doing, making Indiana play their style of game,
NCAA on the same roster.
and that's what Indiana got to be more aware of a lot of teams in the league. A lot of teams know that Indiana gonna want to run fast and play fast. So some teams is gonna try to muddy up the game, slow it down, where Indiana can't get out and run a lot. That's gonna be the real key challenge for Indiana this season because teams know that they want to run.
Showing in her minutes all that she can do. And again, this is the last
Uh,
a lot of players in
did y'all see? Did y'all see J.C. Sheldon last night go off in Connecticut?
the hustle was there. 2 possession game. The hustle was there though
Uh,
for
um,
they got on the
is
score.
I mean she played a pretty good game, but I hope I want to clear something up. J.C. Sheldon is not Caitlin Clark's rival. Never has been her rival. Another thing, Leonie Fevich is not the great defender that everybody makes her out to be. We have seen Caitlin Clark break her down and break J.C. Sheldon down last year. This notion about J.C. Sheldon is Caitlin Clark rival is nonsense, and it needs to stop. Caitlin Clark does not have a rival at all. She doesn't. Yeah, they try to play defense, good defense on her, but every time you see them, every time you see when Kayla gets the ball and she goes to drive, you see them, you see Leon and Fevers flying by. You see JC Sheldon. She got broken down twice last year by Caitlin Clark falling on her backside. Rival, what kind of rival? And I think JC Sheldon is a little older than Caitlin Clark too. Yeah, they had a battles at Ohio State, but that don't make them rivals. What has they done against each other when Caitlin came in the league? She's beaten both of them. And then Leon and Fevers just started to be a starter later on in the season, the second half of the season. So, I mean, I understand the fascination of them. Same thing, the fascination with Marine Marine Johannes. Who only averages 10 points in the WNBA. All of that trickery shot, all that trickery shot they've been doing, she does overseas. Yeah, you do it a little bit here in the W. I think Bree Turner, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell is on the floor.
looked like it was deflected. And that's Kelsey Mitchell saying,
So Sidney Colson, Kelsey Mitchell. I'll tell you, the Fever Red on Rebel Red, the Fever when they read Rebel Red, they was almost undefeated last year in no colors.
so Taylor Seagreen commits the foul. Carlos Metzger ready. Refs
It's going to be very interesting when the Fever play the Chicago Sky next weekend, because I definitely want to see where um how both teams what oh Lexi. There you go. Good defense by um good defense by Kelsey Mitchell. Mm. So it's halftime already. I want to see our paint defense be super tight against the Sky. Yeah, I do too, because this is the thing. This is what I want to see right here. I want to see how not so much Camila Cardoza, but I want to see what Brianna Turner and Michaela Tipson does against Angel Reese. That's what I want to see. And and I'm sure Angel Reese gonna probably be matched up against DeWanna Bonner or Natasha Howard. Now that's gonna be a good one because and this is what I would do if I was the Indiana Fever. Soon as Angel Reese touched that ball, I would triple team her, double team her, make her pick up her dribble. As soon as she touched the ball and try to dribble, stop her, make her force her to turn the ball over. Or you just turned on to it too. I'm going to try to find I'm going to find another link that doesn't have that box on it. Because I definitely want to try to get it. I know there should be some different links here and there. Okay, give me a second. Ah, got it. Thanks for that info, V. But yeah, I, I guess um, I was trying to think that I was trying to think I wa- I was going to do a video on that that Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark crowd how how Asia Wilson had all them young people out there, like 20 people greeting her, where it was so much of a mass difference when Caitlyn would be in arenas and stuff like that, and people greet her. I think it's so funny. At the end of the day, I just think that they try so hard to act like they not in competition with Caitlyn, but they really show their hand a whole lot about it, about being in competition with her, because you know for a fact that everything that Caitlyn does, they try to find a way to pull it. Because if you think about it, before Caitlyn came in the league, before she came in the league, what was they doing? They didn't have to worry about it. They didn't have to worry about competition. They didn't have to worry about it. Now that Angel and Caitlin and Cameron Brink and all of them got their own little motion going on and stuff, now you see Asia Wilson trying to step up her game. You see certain other people trying to step up their game, and you can. You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show you, me personally, people don't realize Asia Wilson has been in the league now going on 8 years. Last year was 7 years. Go this year make her eighth season. She's almost a 10-year vet in the league. She could she play to year 14? Yeah, she could because she doesn't suffer from injuries. Knock on wood. But I don't see her playing for the Aces long term. I think she definitely will be looking to go to another team soon as her contract out because the Aces is not going to build anything around her. And if Becky Hammond leaves this summer, because the Spurs haven't named a coach yet, and I don't think they're going to name a coach, um, unless because a lot of people say Becky Hammond, but Becky Hammond would have to quit mid-season to get take that job. She would have to resign if resign from the team halfway through the season to really go for that um coaching job for to take over for Greg Popovich. But maybe they already got someone in mind, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, the Aces still got that lawsuit over their head that makes it a little make them all look filthy. Yeah, it does. And I think that's why they won't, as much as I hate to say this, I don't think they gonna be they gonna be competitive, but I don't see them making noise as well to be championship level. I think that still is up in the air. It's the three teams that I put up there. Um, I I think it's still gonna be New York, Indiana, and Minnesota. For the fourth spot, it could be anybody. I mean, surprisingly, it could be Chicago. Surprisingly, it could be Seattle. Heck, we don't know. It could be the Golden State Valkyries who come out of nowhere. It's just that fourth being in that fourth spot is crazy. Seattle is not that bad of a team. They just don't have a lot. Game is also on local channel called Peachtree TV. Also, you down in the A, aren't you, Frederick? You down in the A, so that's why it's local, yeah. Greg Popovich will come back on the sideline if Christy Sides was the coach of San Antonio Spurs. I mean, I would bet that would be ugly. Yeah, Seattle got a lot of injuries. They got three major injuries. Nika, um, Katie Lou, and Magna. They riddled with injuries. Um, and the thing about it is also, um, um, I think this is what I'm thinking. I wonder if the Minnesota Lynx are going to play that same style of basketball they played last year because to me, they need to add some speed on there too. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, not if Minnesota gets knocked out this year, do y'all think that Nafisha Carlier will leave? Do you think she would leave Minnesota? It would be very tempting because people will be trying to get her, you know. And I said this. I said it. I I don't know how true it would be, but man, if you imagine replacing, say, the Fever win the title, for instance, say the Fever win the title, and the Warner Bonner say, "Hey, that's it for me. I'm gonna retire." If I was the Indiana Fever, I would make a hard pitch for Nafisha Collier in the off season. I would definitely do that. and then just told her, say, look, we just won the championship. You could come and fill that role where the Wanda was. Stretch the flow out, hit threes. Cause she's just a little shorter than the Wanda Bonner. She could do the same thing than the Wanda Bonner. I wouldn't be surprised as well. And I think that because you know how we all made that noise for Satu Sabli, and she soured me up. All I know is the Fever's going to have all the options for getting players. Number one destination. Yes, it is. They are the they are the number one destination for everything. Facilities about to come open and everything. So I feel like, yeah, me personally, I'm telling you, if they win it all, and Dewana Bonner was to retire, now she probably want to come back and play another year with the Fever. I won't be against that either, because the chemistry, and she'd be like, hey, we could probably do this again. How salty will Alyssa Thomas be that Dewana Bonner left her to go to Indiana and win a title with Caitlin Clark? Whew, you talk about throwing salt in the wound. You talk about that would be because guess what? Alyssa Thomas don't have no rings. Dewana Bonner will have two rings because she won one in Phoenix and she won one in Indiana. Straight Chad, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So that's just my thing. I feel like I now what I want no feature caller, yeah. Now, just say for instance, say Natasha Howard, she left, and the Wanabano said she stayed, and you bring in Nafisha Color. Man, you talk about ain't that it would be just too easy for us. It would be too easy. But a lot of them definitely gonna want to play with Caitlin Clark. I already see it. I think Nafisha Color, she wants to play with Caitlin Clark. Ooh. Oh yeah. Last 7 days I've been having sinus strain and headache and general flu-like symptoms. Sounds like you have. Oh man, I have really, really bad allergies, man. This allergy season has really took a toll on me, Frederick. I mean, I've been, we had our plant shut down for 2 weeks, so I went to Georgia to visit my family, and already my sinuses with my allergies was starting to kick up. Then, as soon as I hit down in Savannah, Georgia, it hit me harder. I mean, it was so massive to where first couple of days. And remember what I was doing? I think I can't remember who was it told me in one of my videos say get some rest because my eyes was a little baggy. I keep baggy eyes all the time, and man, even I was, John Liquidator, he was going through it too. It's been like 2 or 3 times this season. He has been under the weather a lot. And I was like, I just don't like my voice to bother me. That's one thing I be controlling a little bit more is trying to control my voice because I don't like coughing on my videos. I don't like because it's just to me, I don't feel comfortable that way. So I try to bring everything authentic and try to like. I'm a fast talker, so sometimes I have to slow myself down when I'm talking and make sure that if I do have to cough, I try to clear my throat first before I do anything else. So, but yeah, my allergies is really bad, and that's what's messing me up a little bit. So that's why I have to keep a lot of liquids and cough medicine. Free throws is looking horrible. Fever 7 for 10, and Atlanta's 9 for 10. Rebounds, we are rebounding 22-17. Assists, they up by one. Bench points, they 18-7. We got to do better. But points in the paint, we have 18-10. And we shooting 42% from the field and 5 for 14 from three. And they 7 for 23 from 3 point. That's crazy. So you know for a fact they're gonna be jacking up a whole lot of 3 pointers. Atlanta is, and that's due to Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard. That's what it is. It's due to them two. Because the fact of the matter is that they going to. So so now you got Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham starting the second half. Did y'all see the clip of Izzy Harris trying to bring the ball up like Angel Reese does? And she did the same thing Angel Reese does. And somebody said it must be a Chicago thing. So you got Kelsey, Caitlin, Aaliyah, Tasha, and Sophie on the floor. But you know what? Aaliyah Boston has had her way with Brianna Jones, even when they played. We played them when she was in Connecticut. Brianna Jones all season long last year didn't never had a good game against Caitlin Clark. I mean not Caitlin Clark, but Aaliyah Boston. Dude, so who hit that three? Oh, that's Kelsey Mitchell. You if y'all noticed, you see how uh, um the Fever defense done picked up in the second half now. That's crazy. I saw the new defensive coach Brianna been challenging CC on defense. Yeah, she has. She has been challenging her, and that's what's going to make her really, really good. See, Sophie hurt. She hurt. She twisted her ankle. She kind of got pushed a little bit. Yeah, she landed on Ryan's foot. Oh yeah, she is shooting everything her river. So who's in there for her right now? The Warner is in there. Okay. They cannot shoot, man. Yeah, she is. Man, she is so bulky now. She's like a like a miniature, like um, Incredible Hulk. Like so, the Fever up 7, 47-40, and not just her arms, it's her legs. Fred, it's her legs that's really bulky for her. Mm-mm. What is is Aaliyah Boston doing, man? Oh my God. She traveled.
The conversation having back that camaraderie that we had at Washington.
What is wrong with them can't hold the ball?
Athletic and go past instant. Like that.
They're not playing within the offense right now. They just trying to run up the floor, throw jack shots up.
Seven is 1 for 9 though. I think more than free throw line in this ball game. Free throw sophomore. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how Ryan Howard is 7 points off the second quarter. United had to powerhouse started.
See, Brianna Jones, she stepped up on Caitlin, and Leah screened out on her, rolled out on her.
Offense that got it started. So even though it's only 7 points, it was 7 very important points because of the way they defended and turned it into offense. And
I don't know. Atlanta just look out of control to me. Yeah, they I heard at the beginning she played a few minutes, and then they was saying something about she was tired or whatever. See, you see how Breonna Jones sealed Natasha Howard under the basket? That's how Leo Boston's supposed to do. She's supposed to seal her person. She don't seal her person very well. Man, the Mitchell is so shifty. Oh my gosh. Like I like how Breonna Jones seal her person under the basket. That's how Aaliyah Boston's supposed to seal. Ryan Howard will shoot you out of the game, boss. Ooh.
his ball from the battle, Juan Bonner can't believe it. So that will make Ryan Howard's third. You can see right here, she almost hits the deflection and goes up, and you can see her get Juan Bonner across the shoulder, that right shoulder.
Mm-mm. Ryan Howard shoots you out the game, man. She'll shoot you out the game. I would never like. I'm telling you, I'd rather have Kelsey Mitchell take the last shot than Ryan Howard. I'd rather have Kelsey Prone take the last shot than Ryan Howard. I'd rather have Ricky Wumwale take the last shot than her. She just will shoot you out of the game, man.
I don't know. You're just sitting there. You don't really know when you're gonna be called. Obviously, people call.
Yeah, I think bringing Tipson in. I want to see Tipson in the game. Um, like I said before, I wish I had get to see Didi play, man. I'm just a huge I have a huge heart for Damaris Johnson. You know, whether this might be her last year with the team or not, but I'm wherever she goes, I'm a supporter. I just like her professionalism. Damaris Johnson is really so professional, man. She doesn't say anything too much. She just handles her business. I love watching Ryan Howe game, but yeah, that jump is not it. Yeah, I think her game is nice, but her jump shot is when it seems like it's a line drive shot. It doesn't have like an arch on it. If she really get a shooting coach and put some air under that ball a little bit, she'll hit 90% of her shots. She can hit tough shots, but she definitely does not really put a lot of air on it, and it just falls flat. Same thing, and Alicia Gray, she shoots a lot. She puts a lot of air on her ball, but she put too much trajectory on it. She pushes it too far. So it's like they have to like you have to get a shooting coach. You know what I'm saying? If you look at how Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark shoot, they have a lot of philosophy on their ball and a great touch. When Kelsey Mitchell dribbles, drive, and step back and just puts it up in the air, you know it's going in. When Caitlin does the same thing, no matter what she shoot, if she's shooting from McDonald's to Atlanta right now, it's going in. When you see aggressive shooters or scorers a lot, they rushing their shot a whole lot, and that's where they need to take time to settle themselves down and take good shots. They try to force it and try to shoot their way back in the game. You can't do it. Oh, Ryan Howard is 1 for 11. I didn't know that. See, that's what I'm saying, man. She's going to be the reason why Atlanta can't go further. To be honest with you, she's going to be the reason why because you think about it. Atlanta's going to go as far as she goes, and if she doesn't put them farther, because you can't rely on Breonna Jones to score 20 something points a game. Can't rely on Brittany Griner to score 20 points a game. And if Alicia Gray can't give you at least 15 points, this team gonna get blown out when the season starts. It's gonna be looking ugly for them. And right now, I mean, they got some pieces, but and and how much Tina Papa is going to play if she do makes the team. So
as well. And enjoy her time with the Atlanta Flames. She was a post
yeah, man, that one.
preseason game. We start the second half with the jump ball.
See,
So during that timeout, we're wondering what was going on because there was a challenge that was called. So it was successful for the jump ball there and a shot clock violation.
they took too long to get in that set. They took too long to get in that set.
Get a stop and an opportunity to cut into this and possibly make it if you drain a three, a one possession game. That was excellent defense. Atlanta knew the assignment right there because CC had Aaliyah Boston, who she dished it off to, but didn't get it in time to avoid the shot clock violation. Now the Giants taking up some of that energy with Aaliyah Boston post up.
See, I do love the size and the length of the Fever because how she score that? Exactly, she is pinning Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston can't. She does. She's not fighting for position over her.
Something the Dream has been working on when it comes to finding the post players is what the angles. Right here, you can see her as the ball goes to the top. She reaches
Yeah, exactly.
so that Walker Kimbrell can give her the pass, and as soon as she gets the seal, Walker Kimbrell finds her with the Leah Boston on her back. That was excellent offense.
Breonna Jones, man. I mean, she seals you.
So Tab with her first assist of the day. Hey, well, I'm not there right now. No, I can't. The baby's right there. I want to run into it. So Kate Clark will take the ball out right in front of the scorer's table. Gets it to Kelsey Mitchell up top. 10 on the shot clock. They step back, pull, and off the rim.
I saw that. That was too too soft.
Ryan Howard has been sitting at 7 points. All 7 of those points were in the second quarter into a half the third. Shatori
She traveled.
finds Bree Jones again. The slide.
Bree Jones is really taking it to Aaliyah Boston in this game. I even though it's preseason, but she's really taking it to her.
She is putting on a clinic in the paint, and those are not easy shots over Leah Boston. She can score in a period of 12
Oh, Lexi, nice.
that we saw in the last one. And Jones with 11 points, 6 in the third, and has an opportunity to build on that here.
Hmm.
Gray finds Ryan Howard. Three ball good, and her first points in the second half.
Now she 1 for 80, 2 for 80.
Comes off the screen, didn't even need a steal.
Kelsey, I mean Lexi got picked pretty hard by Breonna Jones.
For Ryan Howard.
Oh, Lexi's wide open. Oh my gosh.
And on the way for Atlanta, Caitlin Clark. In and out.
Oh, nice rebound, Lex. Mm. It got to be something about them rims and yeah, this arena because that ball just goes in and bounces clear out.
Mia, again, beautiful. Dive for Jones. And no points coming from that possession. Chelsea Mitchell so quick in a flash. She got off the court. We were still looking down here at the other end.
Mm.
It was like a flash of light that we saw from the jersey as Toy Walker Kimbrough was talking to the official about the ref. Caitlin Clark on the deck. DeWanna Bonner slow to get up.
Oh Lord, bodies hitting the floor.
And the bucket going down for Alicia Gray. A lot of bodies hitting the floor at both ends of the court. The refs letting them play out here. And Ryan Howard hugging Stephanie White. Stephanie White has something to say about Ryan Howard. Oh, she fouled Caitlin Clark down here on that block. But it's nice to see them hugging it out and have smiles on their faces.
Man, well, this week, guys, everybody's roster is going to get cut. We're definitely going to see what rookies ain't going to make the team because a lot of teams definitely have like 15, 18 players on their team. Oh, I don't know if y'all remember in one of my videos, I was talking this week about how the CBA should be um worry about um adding to the roster. You know what I'm saying? Making the roster a little bit more, but between 13 and 14. So that I found out that is one of the negotiations in the CBA that they're going to look up making the roster a little bit more bigger. Like almost like the NBA, because the NBA have 15. So therefore it's going to be like um definitely going to be more of a benefit because like you think about it, even though the teams only have a limited resources when it comes to salary cap, the salary cap be bigger, but then they'll be able to add more on their roster and still have enough money to work somebody in here and there. So I think that would be good, but that won't kick into next year. But it kind of sucks because we could have still had Bree Hall on the schedule. I mean, on the team, we could have had Yvonne Ejim on the team, and probably making the team. So we don't, it's going to be interesting. You move it from 12 to 15, it's really beneficial, and you don't have to worry about sacrificing so much. You have enough depth on your team, and that's what it is. You need a lot of depth, rotational players. Some of them might not get to play. I mean, some of them might not get to play, but at least you had that depth, especially when it comes down to injuries and stuff like that. Oh, Sydney with the steal. Oh, Caitlin. Oh, nice.
Two on the way back up. In and out. Great ball.
See, with this unit, what Atlanta has, they could run, but if they can make shots, that's the only bad thing. They have a unit like that, but unit that they could run up and down the floor. Oh, the I think the one could have took that to the rack.
Connections going back and forth and the staff rotation as well.
Mm.
Short on the three as Mike Hall decided to pull that one out and set up the offense.
If you notice, a lot of teams, I think a lot of teams learned from playing Indiana last year how they like to run, and I think a lot of teams trying to implement a lot of small ball action. Woo! Nice pass, nice pass. That's one thing you got to keep your head up when Caitlin get the ball because somebody's out there running. That's crazy. They out there running. Well, there goes Cheyenne Sellers right there. I wonder if she's gonna make the team because it's gonna be interesting. They're gonna have to pick between her and Papa. Shine Seller should have went to the Connecticut Sun though. She was. They should have picked her up. Oh, nice dump off Bree. Nice dump off Bree. See, one thing about Bree Turner, she could take up space because you never know what she could do, and she def.
Yes, she came out of Maryland in 2017.
Mm.
Now, 14, she has not missed.
Now, I was pop out shot like that in the tournament, but she didn't. The thing about it is, that Don Staley don't know how to develop guards. Oh, nice.
Across the arm. So more free throws on the way for Indiana. But Atlanta trying everything with this new unit. Are you thinking?
I want an injury update on Sophie Cunningham. That's what I want. I want an injury update on Sophie Cunningham. I want to know. She probably got a. She probably gonna take. They probably gonna work her in. Come on, Lexi, hit those free throws.
We also get the first look at Michaela Timpson.
Oh, Michaela in, KK in, KK in. That's what I was waiting for right there.
Listen, when we had Lorella Kubai, I was all about Georgia Tech. Obviously, here Flowers, Florida State in the house. Yes, absolutely.
Very stern. Oh yeah, her screens be looking good. For real, Bree's screens be looking good, really good.
She was a three-time champ, also coming out of Florida State. But also great to see how they call her Little Top.
See, now you got a lot of length and size on the floor.
Last second value, no good. That will do it for the third quarter. Got to look at a lot of different players, but still
But again, remember the first preseason game, and I said that the way the Indiana Fever was down and they came back and won that game and pushed it in overtime and won the game in overtime due to selfie. This is another example right here. You get into a slugfest. Now, this probably would have been a little bit more slugfest because you got to think Brittany Griner would have started. So the scoring for them would have been probably a little lower, especially with the struggles of Brian Howard them. And then you don't know what their bench will look like. And then you got to think about it. You got to think about it also is that um you got to think about how just the Atlanta offense would have been because they played them in 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks. So it's going to be to me. I want to see interesting part about it. Somebody definitely told Lexi to shoot the damn ball, right? And oh, they showing a commercial with everybody with their first points. Mm. I don't want to. I wonder why Cheryl Reeves don't let Pele play more. She been on the bench the whole season as getting drafted as a rookie. She only played in that preseason last year, and she didn't really see no time. So I think that's to me. I think that's kind of a sure Reeves thing. You know, I think Pele could be a really good because she definitely good. She was good in college, and she definitely was able to hit points here and there. So, but I can tell you one thing: these women be pushing off like crazy. They push off more than the men. Leah Boston she was getting sealed by Bree Jones, man. Papa running past Sydney Colston. I noticed one thing about Atlanta too. They do a lot of one on one. I remember Coffee. She when she came in last year, she played pretty well. Lexi be on them boards, man. She is so like she has that Dennis Rodman mentality to where to find the ball when she shoots it. Nice. Michaela Tipson. Woo! She go, ooh, man. Do you see how Michaela got in that middle? Ooh, nice. Did y'all see? We are so blessed to have. Yes, yeah. Because I think she's her contract. She's a free agent this year, so they could pay her. Depends on how her production, how well she plays. If she, we haven't seen Jalen Brown yet either. So ooh, look, Sid with this. And Lexi be running so fast, she be tripping up over her own self half the time. Nice, Lexi. Nice. Sid got picked. Oh, Jalen Brown in the game now. I'm telling you, Jalen Brown reminds you of a taller version of Kelsey Mitchell. Boom, look at that. Oh, nice. Give and go. Mm.
Sydney Cole put up down. We saw her knock down a lot of threes with aces. You already mentioned. But
And you see Michaela Tilson snag that rebound from way back here.
locked down on that side of the floor. Let's talk about her IQ.
Man, I love how Michaela Tipson controls the paint with her body and block. It's going to be really hard once she start like using her body, like backing in and going up and leaning into her opponent. She's going to be at the foul line a whole lot.
Shows you can be a good player. It's like, nah, shoot that thing when you open.
I know, right? Dang, Lexi be coming off. Look at Lex. That man, you see how Lexi just curls right in and come right down the lane. I love that.
Dreamer going to be working on a lot of screen defense, which is what Carl Smesco's been working
That
on.
was nice by Lexi.
Ball gets passed.
That's twice she came on that same curl, and one was for a mid-range pull-up, and then the other one was for that layup right there. That was nice.
Product that stand out at
Now
16
we pulling away from them now.
at Stanford. Goes again from outside. To go.
Mm.
Jones that in. She had another option in Nas Hillman, who had eluded her defense and gotten slipped to the rim, but Jones knocking that one down in the face of the defense. Oh, again.
Lexi is on fire. Lexi is on fire. She, hey, she, she doing her Sophie Cunningham now.
What's impressive about that with Lexi Bold is she knows how to take a back seat when she has certain players in the game. She knows how to play her role. But then when she's the leader on the court and she's the veteran,
I know. I know. If Lexi put the ball on the floor and score more like that, it's going to be crazy because you you don't. A lot of teams sleep on her. They don't think she could really score the ball. But this right here is showing you that if she gets the opportunity,
10 points, all of them scored. Oh, and by the way, there's 6 minutes left.
sexy Lexi is in the house.
Advantage out here.
I still think that the oh oh look at Michaela, man. Ooh, Michaela got a defense.
2 seconds left on the shot clock, and there won't be a dub.
One thing I want to point out. I was saying earlier that
A lot of
Indiana
defense.
Fever,
Only
the
playing
way
defense.
they, if you look at the three preseason games, one was a slugfest, went into overtime. They finally won. The second one was a complete blowout, annihilation. This one is the same thing, a slow pace, beat you up. Because you got to think, like I said again, teams know that the Indiana Fever definitely want to run the ball, run up and down the floor,
As Kyrie
and
Irving
they
has to play.
some of these teams are older and they don't want to run like that. So what they're gonna do is try to slow the game down, make it a little bit physical for the Indiana Fever, a little bit. But the Indiana Fever are showing that hey, we can play that type of game too, but we're gonna make more shots than you. And once they start clicking and hitting shots, the teams that wants to play slow, they're gonna get worn out because then that strategy is not gonna work. I've seen it so many times from like because I'm a huge Bulls fan. And when Tom Thibodeau used to be over there coaching the team, it was the same way. He used to predicate on defense, making a muddy game. But then when your offense can't really score points, then it's going to be a problem. Now, some of these teams in the WNBA, like I, I've seen Breonna Stewart in Unrivaled. She looks so washed. She looks so washed. She can't even run up and down the floor a lot. You think about this. Look at the Dallas Wings. Besides Paige and Mustard Carrington, Alyssa Smith is slow. Enrique, she's not that fast. She could run up down the floor, but they don't have anybody that they could really, you know, go up and down the floor and lengthy. Look at the Phoenix Mercury. I haven't watched them play yet, but Satu is so inconsistent. And I really wanted her on the team. I think she could have been a great asset on this team, but she decided to go somewhere else. And then Khalil Copper, she's more like the ball dominant person on that team to score. And then you got Alyssa Thomas. She'll probably score here and there, but she'll do more assisting. I know Tipton is clamping them guards down, man. And that's one thing about. I'm glad Stephanie White is taking advantage of her height and wingspan because you what 6'2", 6'3", and you got a 6'10" wingspan. A guard gonna have so much trouble. A guard gonna have so much trouble dealing with you, and it's you're gonna have to like figure out some ways. I just want to see them use more trap. And to be honest with you, I don't even think the Indiana Fever is showing everything right now. I think there's certain things that they showing in preseason, but I don't think they have clearly unwrapped everything that they have put together right now. That's why I definitely believe that. I think everything is just kind of like simplified real quick here and there just to see what other teams gonna do. Because when the regular season come, boom, that's when I think everything is going to come full circle and unleash.
Up the floor, hits the two at the rim. Points up the ball game for Taylor.
They down. Atlanta down 11.
Watch all these college athletes who had amazing college careers. NCAA tournaments, only NCAA records. There are
Mm.
many of the talks that we had the last couple of seasons where they're just kind of roster spots. With expansion, there's so much talent out there. We can take back to the conversation that we had as we have Pow Pow puts up number three. Right before break, we said select roster talent.
Man, yeah, her footwork on defense is really good because I love how she just like she slides. She slides. She doesn't get beat. She uses her arms, her length to keep the defender in front of her and everything like that.
So much talent. Not too deep to build the roster because these players are playing because they're not getting called points. Less than 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, they're gonna force us to sit her. I think her. Oh, nice steal. I think AB minutes is definitely going to be reduced. Oh, dang, that was for Breonna Turner. I think her. I agree with you. I think AB minutes is going to be reduced because of what the team's going to be looking for. What Stephanie White's going to be looking for. I don't think they're going to allow her to play like a full 30-minute game. She probably. I'd be surprised she averaged 25 minutes in the game. Because I think with all the height and rotation that this team is capable of in different lineups, it's going to be easy because you got to think about it. It's going to be a different combinations going into the game. It's not going to be, oh, well, we're going to throw it. That's why I said earlier in one of my videos this week, Chrissy Science could not deal with this talented team like that. She could not coach the team. This team would have been so frustrated with her because she would want to do is push the ball down in the paint to Aaliyah Boston, and teams would have just collapse on Aaliyah Boston and force her to kick the ball out, or she'll make bad shots under the basket, and then the team would have to run back on defense, and then she would not allow Caitlin to be Caitlin, and then she'll probably would have made. To me, she probably would have started Sydney Colson and had Caitlin play the two. That's just how Christy Size would have think the whole time.
Come on. I'll give you a hand. But I am not saying a word. Cindy Colson off to the right as
They offense getting a little stagnant now. They mm, they down six right now.
an entire call. As it's just a two possession game, the flurry of points. And this is where Haley Jones does some damage at
She need to do what Damaris Dantes did. Whatever Damaris did, that's what AB need to do. She need to do the same thing because and she need to like her upper body need to be toned up a little bit more, a little bit strength up here. She don't have enough strength. It's just too slim down to me. Um, she need to put some more like she need to add a little bit more tone to it, you know, because she it's just too sleek for me. And then her lower body is just when she runs, she leans forward like she's you know fighting to get through a door or something. She definitely has to. Eventually, she gonna have to like they're gonna have to figure it out.
played in them putting on the show. Already with two in the sports interview.
Man, can you imagine what it'd been like if it had Elena Dun coming off the bench for us?
She on almost in the top in terms of
But injuries really killed her. Yeah, it's deeper than Wade. She is soft mentally. Yeah, she flails around like paper when contact comes. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on to that point because she doesn't play tough enough. Like if it's a team that was a lesser opponent, she'll dominate. She'll dominate. But when you need her to step up, like I said last year, Brianna, she had a way with Brianna Jones. She had a way with what's the girl in Dallas? But now you look at Brianna Jones, probably fully healthy, you know, was sealing her down there, sealing her, taking her, and she couldn't fight around it. And then I looked at it in last week's game. She had the position, and she doesn't seal off her person. She don't seal them off. She just oh no, it was the Washington game where Dawson was like just kept fronting her. Lexi is doing it up. Dawson was just kept sealing her off, fronting her where she couldn't get the ball, and she wasn't even fighting for position to get the ball. Yeah, left flabby. Yeah, I was trying to be nice about it. Sellers might be getting cut again. That would look horrible.
all past about 4 minutes. Okay, Chris said this last 6 pounds. That makes the shot clock less than 2 minutes to play here in the ball game.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is the thing. Stephanie White wants her to be like the Joker of the WNBA. In order for her to be that, the order for her to do that, she has to play. She got to dominate the inside as well as the outside, and she got to move. You cannot sit there and You cannot sit there to think that, oh, oh well, Lexi is carrying this team to victory. Look at it. Lexi's like, I'm tired. Tired, boss. Let me out the game. But Aaliyah has to dominate inside and then be able to dominate outside. She can't just she can't just not have a subpar or lackluster inside game and expect to or want to shoot threes and do all that. She got to study Joker film. If me personally, if Stephanie White wants her to be like the Joker of this team, have her studying film of Joker, his movement, how he plays. Because that's that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. Yeah, Papa do look better. Papa's gonna make this team though. She's gonna make this team. Sellers, she probably end up getting waived again and probably end up getting picked up by another team. Now, I don't know, Frederick. I don't know if you said it or somebody else said it. Somebody said that if the Fever depends on what the Fever look like going after this season, they could trade AB for Camila Cardozo. Honestly, I like Camila Cardozo because one thing about Camila, she's going to play tough in the inside. She's going to give you a little bit of points, and she's going to move and roll. Now her ball handling skills is not that good, but her inside presence is a little bit better. So that's what I like about her. Whoever's What's that? Who's that out there shooting like that? Oh, that's Coffee. She ain't gonna get that much playing time for Atlanta anyway. The first step to play like Joker is to be physical like Joker. Exactly. You got to be very physical like him. Well, the Fever are 3-0 in the preseason. Really good game, but sloppy in a sense. Um,
A lot of connections on the floor right now, especially for the trending players. It's been 11 season. Cole and Haley Jones also had a little moment at the end there. We talked about their
well, see, this is what I like right here. At the end of the game, they all talking and cheering each other. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's so important. That stuff that the Washington Wizards did the first preseason was nonsense.
7 assists and 6 rebounds.
Mm-mm. But yeah, I'm glad you said that. In order to play like Joker, you got to be physical. He's not only back to the basket player in the WNBA. Really, he bangs. Yeah, he does bang, and people think that he's a little bit. He's not as nimble, but Joker is very nimble. I, what do you think the field pull away for them? Yeah, well, Lexi took she carried the game home in the end. She took it home in the end. She did everything possible, to keep this team upright, get this team to lead, and everything like that. So, um, I think that for the most part, it was another sloppy, tight turnover game. But at the end, the Fever prevailed. They work out of kinks. They definitely need to kind of like, you know, continue to work on stuff. Stephanie White, it's going to take time for the team to roll the way they want to. But if they can win games like this early on in the season, versus to blowing teams out. And then when they start rolling and then they start knocking teams head off completely, then we'll say, well, hey, they know how to win in all facets of the game, because I've seen it in preseason for the last 3 games. Tight game. This game was kind of tight a little bit, but everybody took their starters out around probably by the after the third quarter, and then Lexi probably was the only, well, she was the star bench player on the team. So let me go to some game stats right here real quick. Some game stats real quick for y'all. All right. So Ryan Howard only had 8 points. She played 16 minutes. I mean, not Ryan Howard, but Natasha Howard. She had 8 points. She only played 16 minutes. Aaliyah Boston played 20 minutes. She was 3 for 7 from the field. She only had 9 points, 5 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell played 21 minutes. She had 12 points. Sophie Cunningham 5. She only played 15 minutes. I definitely want to see what the Sophie Cunningham ankle injury is going to be, because that's going to be crucial for them going into the first game of the season to start, because you definitely need Sophie Cunningham on that floor. So hopefully she can get a lot of treatment. She's been getting a lot of treatment. DeWanna Bonner, she had 8 points. She played 18 minutes. Bree Turner played 21 minutes. She had 2 points. Michaela Tipson played 10 minutes. She had 2 points. Sydney Colson, 20 minutes, 3 points. Jalen Brown, 5 points, played 11 minutes. Lexi Hall, 23 minutes, 14 points. So she was the leader scorer of the game. So if you look at the bench, everybody scored on the bench. 90. I mean, you got 33 points off the bench from everybody on the bench. You got 33 points. Bree Jones Papa led the team with 14. So I mean, it's what it is. So yeah, team stats. If we look at the team stats, the Indiana Fever was from field goal 32 for 73. Atlanta was 23 for 68, and Fever was 43% from the field. There was 34% from 3-point line, eight for 23. From the free throw line, there was 9 for 13, 69%. Rebounding, they won the rebound battle, 39-32. Assists, they won assist battle, 23-20. Steals, they won that, 8-7. Block shots, they only had 2. And that's something that we got to be more defensively, is, blocking shots, being a little bit physical under the basket. Fast break points, they was 8 apiece. Points in the paint. It's crazy that we won the points in the paint, and the way Brianna Jones for them was playing. Now, if I think Rhino played, the points in the paint would have been a little bit more, but we have 44 to 22. We committed 16 fouls, and our largest lead was 14 to their 4. So, I mean, rebounding and points in the paint is going to be crucial for us, because second chance shots. And that's why I say, as we all discussing, Aaliyah Boston has to be physical. She can't just throw the ball up there. Yeah, in practice it looks good. Like I say, in practice, everybody looks good in practice, but everybody's game is translating from practice to the game. And that's where I don't see Aaliyah Boston's translating as much. She having some good moments here and there, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to being on that basket, she has to take control of that whole situation. She cannot just sit back and just allow misses and not fight for the rebound and get caught looking. Breonna Jones worked her today. If this was a regular season game right here, Aaliyah Boston probably would have been in foul trouble. She probably would have been in foul trouble off the rip. Sid Colson kind of erratic. Yeah, she does. She does play a little erratic sometimes. Turner, two turnovers had to be from her bad pass. Yeah, actually, I saw one. She tried to when Turner cut and instead of throw a lead pass through the middle in front of, she tried to bounce it a certain way and it got deflected. Deflected. Oh, I'm impressed with Lexi coming out of her shell and playing more to her. Yeah, exactly. Because you know, I told you to go back to Chrissy Size. Chrissy Size handicap a lot of these players, and that's why I keep saying that. I think the most prominent player that we should never had cut was Celeste Taylor. Everybody else was kind of up in the air a little bit. And this is where I keep saying that Grace Berger is a good player, but she wasn't a dominant scorer. She could play point guard, but she wasn't that good either. She has talent. And I keep listening to other people kind of like build these players up to like, oh well, we gonna regret losing um Grace Berger. No, we not. How? If we go on to playoff and win the title, how we gonna regret losing her in the long run? We not gonna regret losing her because I mean we don't even know if she's gonna make the team over there in Minnesota. That's the thing about it. Yeah, it looks good now, but sure we can say, you know what? Hey, bye. Oh, Boston about to tie it up 2-2. That's good. Get it in. Oh yeah, because if Lexi could play, like Sophie Cunningham told her that she could be defensive player of the year. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see her. When Caitlin win MVP, Lexi wins defensive player of the year, Stephanie White wins coach of the year, Fever win it all. That would be my recipe for success right there. Lexi is going to have a huge year because you got to think about it. She is playing for a new contract, so her level of heighten is going to be even more um going into the season. So yeah, you got to really pay that a little bit more attention as well. So, but overall, yeah, I think Boston gonna come back on them. I think Boston's starting to find a little rhythm right now. It's gonna be 2-2. Exactly. Berger might not make this. Exactly. She might not make the team. She definitely might not make the team, and that's why I don't like when people overanalyze a player. That's something that if y'all have been watching me, y'all have been checking out my videos. I don't overanalyze anything. I say what I need to say. I keep it right there. I just don't overanalyze a player because if the player has not played a certain way since college and been in the league and has really not getting, because you think about this. Okay, if Grace Berger was all of that when she got to the Fever, why she was not the starting point guard over Christy Wallace? And Christy Wallace is not that good either. That's these are the questions that I be always asking. When they drafted Celeste Taylor, Celeste Taylor would have been another Lexi Hall off the bench. You probably wouldn't need a Sophie Cunningham because you would have had Celeste Taylor and Lexi Hall there, because Celeste Taylor can run the point a little bit, but she was young. She had to develop a little bit season. You know, and then you look at what Christy Wallace was. Christy Side said she was a dog, and she was getting eat up on the court. She was getting toast on the court. Then you had play when you want to. Nalissa Smith could not make a free throw. Could not do this. Yeah, Wallace Gaines was the best. I seen times when Caitlin threw her a pass and she missed it, and Caitlin's just like, "Can we get rid of her, please?" It's. Then you have Victoria Saxon on the bench, who I think should have got some playing time last year when Timmy was hurt. You know, you should have cut down the Alyssa Smith minutes, balanced the minutes between Timmy, whoever, and gave Victoria Saxon some run. You would have probably got to see a little bit more Victoria Saxon. Then you had, I forgot else who you had on the team. But it just goes to show you, man, that a lot of these players didn't get the right opportunity because you had the wrong coach. When you have the wrong coach in place, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's going to be that way. It's going to continue to be that way because now you got a mix of women coaches and men coaches in the league that really knows basketball and really going to narrow out. And like I said, once it gets to where it's the roster spots go up to from 12 to about, I say, no more than 14 to 15, then some of these players who might have potential could still be on the team. But I mean, I think, like I said, I think Grace Berger is a decent role player, but I don't think you know, she's all of that. Yeah, she's having a great moment over there in Minnesota in preseason, but we already know what preseason is about. You got a training camp for a whole week start. Then you only got what, one or two. Some teams playing three. Fever played three preseason games. They actually, the Fever should have only had played two preseason games. This week should have been a rest week. Get everything in line. Get your mind situated. Go back to, and everything like that, and then get ready for the game one. Because there's nobody else. I don't think nobody else playing. The Sky and the Lynx play tonight. That's another play. They just played a couple of days ago. Then you got Antelopes against the Wings at 8 o'clock. Then you got the Mercury and the Valkyries. Then on Monday, you got another preseason game, the Liberty and the Antelopes. And then that's it. So Monday is the last preseason game. Dream 1-1, Mystics 0-2. Uh, Liberty only played one preseason game so far. The Valkyries and them played. So the Sky and the Fever, the only teams that had played three preseason games. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I think the league should have had five preseason games. The training camp should start a week early. These teams need a little bit more time. You don't get to play that much. Oh yeah, honestly I credit Stephanie White for that, putting her in a better position to be a little bit on ball, off ball a little bit more, giving a variety of this offense where everybody touches the ball, but eventually the ball does comes back to Caitlin, comes back to CC. That is what I like about it. That's just what I love about what Caitlin, I mean Stephanie White does. She makes sure everybody touches the ball, but it got to go back to Caitlin eventually. And everybody has to figure out, their role. And Lexi is figuring out her role. Now she's more open. She's playing a little bit more offensively and defensively at the same time. But her offensive game is evolving. Because guess what? I don't, me personally, I don't want to see her lead the team. Because she's going to be an asset for whoever team she goes and play for. They have to re-sign her. They got to keep the four people. Well, we'll talk about Leah Boston in their future, but I think Leslie Hall needs to stay with this team. She's been with this team. I think they're gonna find ways to keep her. I don't think she's going anywhere. But it's gonna be a talking point about her. When is the next Fever game? Are you going live? Oh yeah, I'm going live. That's Saturday, 3 o'clock. It's I think they play. I just checked. They play the Sky on ESPN ABC next Saturday at 3 o'clock. So I will be live. Now I will let y'all know ahead of time. Um if I'm going to that Fever Dream game, because that's a Thursday night, that's on Amazon Prime. So if I go to that game, I will not stream that game because most likely because normally I'm working, but I'm working on switching that day. Um, and the Fever played the Dream on the 20th, that Tuesday. So they played on almost like a back to back on Tuesday. So I have to look at my schedule to see if I'm off that Tuesday. Yeah. So so I will be streaming um the 10th. No, the 17th, Saturday. I will be streaming the game Saturday between them, and then I will be streaming the Tuesday game as well. Thursday, I'm supposed to work, but I'm taking that day off because I'm trying to go to that game. And then if I don't go to that game, then I'll stream that game. So I'm trying to work a little magic around for these first 3 games. So now at the FIFA play on Friday nights, it's gonna be hard for me to stream because I usually work on Friday nights. But if I get a 5-day weekend around, then I'll stream that game a little bit here and there. So I'll work it out, but I will let y'all know ahead of time what game I'm streaming. So far, the 17th and the 20th, I'm streaming both of them games. So far. So and the 22nd still up for option if I still go to that game. But guys, thanks for coming in, joining me, and everything like that. You know how I do. You know what it is. Um, this is your Saturday vibe, and I probably see what's news out there because I definitely need to find out about Lexi. I gotta find out about Sophie Cunningham and her injury. I definitely gotta look for that and see what's going on real quick. Um, and see how see if she's really going. I'm looking at it now. Just before we go, Michelle, who I follow on Michelle's Too Cool on X, she said, I mean, certainly some of y'all understanding that this is not the way we're going to play next week in the game. She said, Jesus, you think SC is going to get 20 minutes in a real game? Nah. So, and that's one thing I say that they are not going. Some of these games are not going to be really that important. I don't even know what Niles was talking to Aaliyah Boston about. Aaliyah Boston was looking so confused about it. Mm-mm. CC made so it was crazy, but yeah, they're just showing highlights and stuff. So there's nothing really. I definitely need to find out about what's going on with Ryan Howard trying to get Caitlin's attention. Yeah, but and then one thing I do love about the Atlanta Dream, even from last year when they played them, it was mutual respect. It was never anything, bad blood or anything like that. So that's why I like about it. So um, but yeah, so I'm about to find out right now, guys, what's going on with Sophie Cunningham and her injury and stuff like that. So I'll probably be dropping a video on that, and in a few. But thanks again. Hey, 2:45 on next Saturday. I will be going live. So join me. We're gonna turn it up on another Saturday. Until then, thanks for your support. Much love. Until the next time.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.